Oh yeah, how's it going, comics fans? This is my comics guy, and in front of you see a big box stamped fragile on the side. This is my latest CGC comics submission. This time I have 24 pounds of goodness coming from CGC. This time I did a different route. Last time I submitted my books to a presser and then had them send those on to CGC for me. This time I went the pre-screen route. These are all modern books, so I figured I would go for the 9.8 pre-screen, since most of these doesn't really matter. If they get like 9.6, it won't really be worth grading them or slabbing them, at least not right now. So I did it a little differently. Last time with the press books, I was experimenting with pressing. It was the first time I'd ever submitted a press. So I kind of picked some books that had some defects and flaws. The results were okay. There are a couple books that I wish got higher grades. This one I was a little more picky with because I knew they had to be 9.8s, but I did throw a few in there that I thought were on the borderline. Could have gone 9.6, 9.8, and so we'll see what happened. So, got my trusty box cutter here, and let's open them up. Now, with CGC, the minimum submission for a pre-screen is 25 books. So you can't just submit 2 books and say that you want them pre-screen, like a certain, grade or whatever, whether it be 9.6, 9.8, 9 point, whatever, 5.0 or anything. So you got to do it at least 25 books. Now, if they get rejected, it's a $5 fee per book that gets rejected. So, either pay $25 for the slab and get a lower grade. I thought they could be 9.6s, but I guess they could be 9.2s, 9.4s as well. And some of these books, it's not cost effective to get them slabbed at 9.2s, or even a 9.6. So that's why I submitted them as the 9.8 pre-screen. I sent these in. They actually received them at CGC May 31st, and I received them today, and it's July 31st. So exactly 2 months have passed. So it's not a bad turnaround time. I actually had my pre-screen submission got to them about a week after they received this submission, and then I received that about a week ago. So that one was about a month and a half, a little over a month, I guess. So the turnaround time, I know you've heard horror stories like 6 months and stuff, and that didn't happen at all. Just so you know, my presser I did not use CGC's in-house pressing service. I can't think of their name off the top of my head, but I've heard that adds the months to the turnaround time. Anyway, so we got these right here. This must be, that's just a bunch of packing stuff. I got a little box here. This is probably my rejects. Yeah, I didn't know, since this was my first pre-screen, I was checking the status and I saw a bunch of rejects on there, and I was like, what the heck? And then I realized that that's just the ones that didn't pass the grade. I don't know that I'm going to go through them all right here on the video and see what their flaws were. Some of them I might be able to send off for a press, but I kind of doubt it. All right, so out of 25 books, I believe it was 8 that got rejected, that did not meet the 9.8 criteria. So it doesn't mean that they were bad. These books could have been 9.6s for all I know. Looks like they actually sent them back in my original. I sent them up in Mylars, so they sent me the Mylars back. So that's unexpected. I didn't think they would. Anyway, just to show you the ones that didn't make the grade. Uncanny X-Men 213. I don't really see. The corners on the right are a little rounded. They might be able to press out. Solar Man of the Atom, number 3. Man, I tell you, these pre-Unity Valiant books, I can't think of one that I've ever personally submitted that ever got a 9.8. Immortal Hulk number 15. This is the 25th anniversary Marvel's variant. I saw a post on Instagram, I don't know, a month or so ago about this book. Somebody had submitted a bunch of these under the pre-screen, 9.8, and he says that not a single one of them passed. So this one might be kind of tough to get in 9.8. I don't know for sure. Hulk number 1, first appearance of Red Hulk. Just looking at it here in the plastic, I don't see anything on the front cover, but that could mean it's something else in the back, or inside the book. Spawn number 1, again another really sharp one, might be a future pre-screen or press, I mean. Batman number 612, first print. Again, I don't see anything. Well, I see some spine ticks. None of them are color breaking, but we'll have to see. Now this one, Batman number 400, I just realized there's like a crease in the front cover, but it doesn't break color. I have no idea if it's going to show up in the video, but I can tell you now that I'm looking at it, and you just have to hit it. I just have to hit it the right angle. So that one is actually a really good candidate for a press. Shadow Man number 13. This is the first appearance of Punk Mambo. Again, there's a little white showing up in the right top corner here. I don't know. So I have to look at them a little more closely to see what's what. Maybe get a press, or just they're going to be raw books, I guess. Alright, so first book I've got here, West Coast Avengers 9.8, number 9. This was a hot book when I submitted it. That's kind of one of the things with submitting moderns is, especially moderns that just came out, is it was a hot book when you submitted it, but by the time you get them back, unless you do like a, fast track or something, they might not be so hot anymore. But I have to check on how that one's doing right now. Next one is Uncanny X-Men number 222. Classic Wolverine and Sabretooth cover. 9.8. And the notation on it is Wolverine versus Sabretooth. And actually, the West Coast Avengers number 9 does not state that it's the first appearance of... can't even think of the character right now. But it does not state that yet. So they have not recognized that. It's CGC. Next one I have, Spider-Man 29, number 37. 2099, number 37. This is the... I think it's the second appearance of Venom 2099, but it's Amazing Fantasy 15 cover homage. That one's just a pretty cool one. I don't even know if it's worth it in 9.8 to submit it, but I just really like that cover. So even if it just stays in my personal collection, I'll be happy. Next one, Uncanny X-Men number 211. This is actually, so this is one of those 25th anniversary covers. Looks like some cardboard shavings. Anyway, this is also the first appearance of the Marauders, so that one, I don't know if the Marauder, you never know with the MCU. Marauders could be fire someday down the road, so this is a good one. Here we go. This is a nice one here. Captain Marvel number 1, the current series, Adam Hughes variant cover, 9.8. Obviously, they're all 9.8, but still. Immortal Hulk number 1, Kari Andrews Virgin variant connecting cover. This actually is Unknown Comic Books exclusive, and it's 9.8. Exo Man of War #1, the most recent series. They're going to reboot this one in, I think it's September. So they'll have a new one, but this is the 1 in 50 J.G. Jones cover. If you can't tell, I am a big Valiant fan. I think this is the only Valiant that passed the pre-screen. DC Year of the Villain Special #1, the 1 in 500 Batman Who Laughs variant cover. That's just a great cover. I love the Batman Who Laughs, and getting this book in 9.8 is cool. I pre-ordered this from DCBS. Actually, I think you could see it getting pulled in one of my DCBS haul videos. So, yep, went straight from. I ordered them in Mylar when they come from DCBS, so I didn't even have to bag and board it. Came in the Mylar. I don't even think I took it out of the Mylar. All right, next one. This one is a great cover. Spider-Man Life Story #3. This is the Akko variant cover. Just this is so 80s. This is a great one. This was 1 in 25 variant, and actually it had. So it doesn't show what they cost. It just has like a packing slip. Spawn #9, first appearance of Medieval Spawn and Angela. I didn't realize, everybody always talks about Angela. I didn't even realize this is Medieval Spawn. This one, man, I bought a lot of books of Spawn 1 through 10. Actually, that's what that Spawn #1 I submitted was, and, well, #9 was a 9.8. Thanos #13, second print. First appearance of Cosmic Ghost Rider. Huh, I actually like this cover better than the first print. Die #1. Now this one, I know they just got option. I don't know if it's going to be a TV series or a movie or what. Man, Die is great. Great story. This one I might actually hold on to and wait for the show, whatever the TV or movie thing is coming out. And try to sell it then. Yeah, this one was kind of fun. So on May the 4th, I saw, I think it was a Facebook post or something from Coffin Comics that Brian Pulido, they make Lady Death. They had a bunch of Star Wars homage covers. You can only order them on May 4th, which is the Star Wars, they have a sale or anniversary or whatever every May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. They always is the tagline. Anyway, so you're able to order. I was able to order this Lady Death Star Wars action figure variant. It was one of 235 copies printed. I don't know why I'm not taking these plastics off. I hope they're showing up all right on the video. Anyway, this one actually is the error version. So Lady Death is the bubble on the card is off. I saw something that said that this was on their line. This was something like 5% of the print run. So I think out of 235, there may be 10 or 15 of these, the error. So this is actually a pretty cool one. I love action figure variants. So I had to get this. Yeah, and it even says Lady Slave Action Figure Error Edition on the label. So that's kind of cool. Another fun one. Umbrella Academy Apocalypse Suite #4. This is the first appearance of the White Violin, though they don't mention that on the cover. But man, the Umbrella Academy was great. The White Violin was a great character. So that is a great book. Oh. again, in case you can't tell, I'm a huge Batman fan. So if you're a huge Batman fan, you're a huge Neal Adams Batman fan. And therefore, I have this right here. Detective Comics number 49. These are those Neal Adams homage, but Neal Adams just kind of, did an homage to his own covers. So I don't even know if that's really an homage, but this one is going to definitely stay in the personal collection. And it's going to be displayed right next to this one. Which is funny, it's a Batman 227 homage, but this book is actually an homage of Detective Comics number 31. Someday I hope to have a copy of Detective Comics number 31, but the last time I checked, the price, I think a 0.5, is like $18,000. So it's probably going to be a long time. Maybe I'll sell my car and get a copy of it so I can have all three, but I'll just have to settle for a print or something. Venom number 13, the War of the Realms tie-in. This is the one where Eddie Brock gets the a symbiote. It was a magical symbiote given to him by one of the witches. This was another one that was kind of hot. I don't know, it may have cooled off. I'm not even 100% sure Eddie Brock even has that symbiote anymore. But I have that book. Alright, this looks like the last one. Umbrella Academy number 3, Apocalypse Suite. This is the first appearance of number 5, I believe it is. So another one that's good. I might hold on to these Umbrella Academy ones until season 2 comes out. Anyway, so that's pretty much everything I got. So out of 25 books I submitted, I got 17 back. They all hit 9.8, which is a pretty good percentage. I'd have to do the math real quick here on the phone. Let's see here. I believe it's, well, I will find out. 68%. So 68% of the books I submitted came back at 9.8. Man, this is a really cool one. The Lady Death one. I'm really like that book. So 68% of the books were 9.8, and just for comparison's sake, in my last submission, I sent in 11 books, and I got 6 of those back 9.8. So 6, so 54%. So it's tough to compare which is a better one, because like I said, I took sent a few of those in just to see what kind of defects and stuff they could press out. So they probably were never going to get to be a 9.8. But like I said, still, but a few of them though were going to be 9.8 no matter what. So I think that's why I decided to do the pre-screen, because I think that I had some of those books that were pressed unnecessarily, and you know, $10 a book, that's not a small amount of money to be just kind of throwing away to pressing on books that don't need it. So I think, at least for me personally, you know, I'll send books in, like older books that I know need a pressing, but any kind of modern books I might just submit through the pre-screening process, and you know, take a closer look at those and see if I could press them out or send them in for pressing, and maybe get a better grade on them that way. But again, that adds another $5 to the total of you know, for the pre-screen reject. So, you know, $5 for that, $10 for the pressing, $20 $25, you know, just about, for, you know, once you get shipping and grading fees. So, you know, you're on top of everything else, you're already $40 into the book. So, you know, that book's really, it has to be a 9.8. I suppose I could resubmit them as pre-screens again, but again, then that's another cost, of course. And then if it doesn't hit the pre-screen, you know, that's another $5. So anyway, overall, I'm happy with this submission. You know, so I'm glad. I'm about to send another pre-screen submission off. These books are all going to be listed on eBay here in the next day or so. So yeah, well, all of them except for the 2 or 3 that I mentioned that I was going to keep for myself, particularly the Batman, and then the 2 Umbrella Academies. Oh, maybe Die. Anyway, whatever I'm going to sell be on eBay in the next day or 2 under My Comics Guy. I'll put a link in the description. That's all I got for you guys today. So thanks for watching my video. Give me a comment. I love talking comics, so if you leave a comment, I will answer it. If you give me a thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it if you liked it. If you didn't like it, you know, leave me a comment. Tell me what I can do better. Tell me what you didn't like. And thanks for watching. Also, give me a subscribe too, you know, and I'll see you in the next video.